So one of my subscribers emailed me and asked if I could do a video on my winter regimen and also like my do's and don'ts for like winter time, because it is a harsh time for our hair, the winter. So I'll first start off with my regimen because basically it doesn't really change. Like, I'm sorry, I know it's like so uninteresting, but I normally keep my regimen the same year round just because I'm too lazy to be changing it. I'm a product junkie, so I don't want to have like a winter products, summer products, spring products, and fall products because it's too much. So for me, I tend to keep my regimen the same year round. For me, it works, but if it does work for you to change it up, then keep it that way. But if you are on the fence, I would say try to just make your regimen as simple as possible and work for you year round. One of my do's in the wintertime is I do like to use protective styles just because it helps keep your ends and protect your ends from the harsh weather, because in the wintertime the air is very dry, there's not a lot of moisture in the air, and also you're wearing a lot of thick clothes, so you don't want your ends rubbing up against your thick clothes causing friction. Friction causes split ends cause you have to cut your hair. Cutting your hair causes a setback, and nobody wants a setback in their hair journey. Another thing, because there isn't a lot of moisture in the air, I would say either you can up your deep conditioner by deep conditioning more often, or you can find a deep conditioner that keeps your hair like moisturized longer, or you can do the greenhouse effect where you just basically put a plastic cap over your head overnight. It causes a greenhouse underneath the plastic cap, using the heat from your scalp to moisturize your hair. Another thing is, in the wintertime, I notice a lot of people don't talk about it, but you do want to baby your nape. And I notice in the wintertime my nape gets the most like beating because I'm using like high turtlenecks, you're using scarves, you have hoods that have like fur on the back that's rubbing up against your nape, and your nape is just as delicate as your edges in the front. Like over your whole perimeter of your hair is very delicate hair, and if your nape tends to break off, it can make your ends look thinner because the rest of your hair is here and your nape is here, so it kind of causes your ends to look like they're thin and scraggly when the truth is just that your nape is shorter. Another thing is that you want to make sure you're not trying new products in the winter. I think in the wintertime that's when you gotta have your staple products. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna try this new deep conditioner and it doesn't moisturize your hair, so now you have dry hair. You go outside, the air is dry, you have your hair down, it's rubbing up against these clothes, which is causing your ends to be even more dry. It's gonna cause setbacks. I've noticed in the wintertime I like to just stick with what products work for me. Another thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people's hair grows slower in the wintertime. It's because we're not moving as much. Like, it's cold outside, you're staying indoors, you're watching TV, you're like stagnant, you're not up and around, running around like you do in the warm months. So I did notice that your hair tends to grow a little bit slower in the cool months for most people, not everyone. And so I would say in the winter months, just focus more on your ends. Like, I would say this is a time where you really want to like make sure your ends are on point, because if your hair is growing slower and your ends are breaking off, your hair is basically going to equal a setback. You don't want slow growth and more breakage. If you want it to speed up, I would say incorporate vitamins now, and that is going to help you get more nutrients to your scalp, and also incorporate more working out. Another thing that I do in the wintertime is that's when I do, like, I wouldn't say a big cut, but that's when I basically will trim my hair more than I would in the summertime, because in the wintertime my hair is tucked up, it's in a way. So this is a time, like, if you're like, I really need a good trim, I would say trim it now and then put your hair in a protective style. If you cut it now and you keep your hair braided up and in protective styles and you're babying it, by the time you get back to the summertime, your hair is either going to be the same length it was with nice full ends, or it's going to be even longer. I don't really feel the effects of the cut. If you guys have any tips or products or things that you like to do in the wintertime, leave it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about it. So I'll talk to you in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!